New possible player for 100 Thieves. Valve announces the call to arms. PGL just leaked the location of the new major and the heartbreaking matches of Stage 3. Hello there friends, this is CS2 News Hub. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Let's start today's video as always with some roster changes. At this time, the changes hit Ninjas in Pyjamas. According to the rumors, right after the major, ewjerkz will be leaving the lineup, and taking his place will be Cairne, the current player from Inner Circle. The reason for the change is pretty clear. The team wasn't exactly happy with their results at this tournament, and on top of that, the Inner Circle player has been showing some solid form and could definitely strengthen the Ninjas in Pyjamas roster, especially now, since Kaspersky finally turned into a great rifler. Seems like Ninjas in Pyjamas are back, aren't they? More potential roster changes might involve Magixx, and it's pretty likely that his recent FAZE grind is connected to that. The player himself said that he might return to the pro scene this winter, meaning at the start of the next year. Where Boris might end up is still a mystery. It could be a CIS team, it could be a European lineup, but personally, I'd love to see him in 100 Thieves, because he knows English, he wanted to play an international lineup, Spirit will probably not bring him back as well, and 100 Thieves can offer a huge salary, so just imagine the lineup: Rain, Magixx, JL, and two more, for example Simple. You guys can feel free to spam Magixx to 100 Thieves so you know you agree with me, or suggest any other players in the comments below. Valve decided to officially introduce the new rules for skin creators. They said that the creators of stickers, charms, and weapon skins will receive fixed payouts when their items are added to the armory or other in-game collections. You might have thought that previously community-made skins only appeared in cases, but that's not real. Valve did buy some community skins or stickers and put them in the game, but not in cases. The system hasn't really changed, but it's now just officially explained. So under the new rules of Valve, any skin maker will receive $35,000 for a skin added to the collection in the game, $6,000 for a sticker, and $6,000 for a charm. On top of that, Valve announced a new skin contest themed around Arabian mythology, arabesque designs, spies also, and technologies. Here guys, I want to ask you a question. You see, Valve only does things like this when they want to change a map collection. You know, the Arabian mythology, all that. Previously we had the Egyptian mythology when Anubis was released, some suburban and underground and metro and train vibed skins when the new train collection was released alongside the new map. You get me, right? Maybe this time Valve will gather a new Mirage collection 2026, for example, alongside the updated version of the map. I mean, this might be just a crazy theory, or Valve will just release the new Mirage collection alongside the old map because they can, basically. Or maybe behind the scenes they are working around the remake of Mirage and they want to support it with a new collection. What do you think, guys? Is it just me, or is this theory legit? I would love to see a Mirage remake. Also, about the skins prices announced, let's say, know a guy who got into cases, and he pretty much said that it's nothing new, it's just officially confirmed now. It's what Valve did previously and what they paid previously. People from inside the skin making community already knew everything about it. It was like that for ages. Now it's just settled in the blog post. Also, my inside guy said that since it's not connected to cases and it's only just the collection skins, it will not affect any salaries or payouts. You know, because if you get into the game through skin case, you get the percentage of sales. Or if you get into the game through map collections or the armory, you basically always get fixed payments. Anyways guys, just imagine you draw a sticker tracker, you publish it on the Steam Workshop, and then you get $6,000 for it. Try your luck, maybe you will get into the game one day. Also, this whole thing means that we will get a huge The Armory update, most likely in March or February or in April. So guys, get your battle passes and stars ready. And speaking of Valve announcements, we can't skip the news about the second major of 2026. It looks like PGL will be hosting it in Singapore. Congratulations, South Asia friends. Moreover, this information was basically leaked by accident. The website admins just forgot to hide it in the source code. And of course, Reddit detectives instantly found it. Moreover, this event will most likely run from November 23rd to December 13th. There is no official announcement yet, and nothing is confirmed, but the description and the title pretty much give away everything. For reference, the first major of the next year will take place in Cologne in summer. But Singapore anyways sounds really cool, guys. Any one of you from there? Tell us in the comments below. Now let's move on to the stage 3 of the Budapest major, because we finally know which teams advanced and which ones are out. And of course, we'll start with the eliminated teams. With a 0-3 record, Liquid and Parivision were the first to leave the tournament. Yes, guys, that's correct. Liquid unfortunately couldn't repeat the same level they showed in stage 2 and failed to pull off another comeback from 0-2. As for Jaime and his team, even though simply qualifying for the major was already a miracle, and then making it through stage 1 and stage 2 was an even bigger achievement, they couldn't handle the stronger opponents this time. Still, they showed what they're capable of, and they could be proud of themselves. And now some analysts, for example like the ex-Aurora coach Hooch, are now valuing the shining and rising star Xielo at around $1 million. Next, we have 2 Brazilian teams and 3D Max to be knocked out. And yeah, by the way, for 3D Max, the last few days were pure chaos for them from an organizational standpoint. After the first round of matches, tournament staff sent 3D Max back to their hotel, since the next match was scheduled several hours later, around 9 PM local time. So, you know, waiting at the arena made no sense, but everything suddenly changed the moment the team arrived at the hotel. They were told their match had been moved earlier to around 6:40 and that they had to return to the arena immediately. Starladder sent a minibus, but rushed the team even earlier than needed. Ordering another bus didn't work, the organizer had only one and Pain were already using it. So in the end, to reach the arena and get to the match in time, 3D Max had to order taxis. But multiple rides were cancelled, delaying the players even more. So obviously the match was pushed back slightly. As 3D Max's coach explained, we didn't show up late, the organization just caught us off guard. This whole back and forth with the hotel basically meant that 3D Max had essentially zero prep time before facing Vitality, and they unfortunately lost. And what's even worse, according to inside reports, the exact same transport chaos happened again. So yeah, thanks Starladder, I guess. The other eliminated teams were Imperial, who once again proved your pick'ems didn't matter by making it through stage 1 and stage 2, and also Pain, who despite being the second best Brazilian team and receiving a direct invite, were among the first to exit stage 3. If now we look at the teams that went 3-0 straight into the playoffs, I think it's kinda obvious. We have Furia and Team Spirit. By the way, Team Spirit even had a hilarious moment in their match versus the MOUZ. On the third and deciding map, Donk almost secured an ace. And the moment Torji realized it, he just started running around the map trying not to give it to him. So here we have 2 theories. Either MOUZ were just watching our channel and knew all about Donk's ace record, or Donk simply scares the shit out of pro players. players with pure aura. Either way, Spirit won and locked in a clean 3-0. Yeah, and Furia did the same, but their situation is more complicated, you see. Several players caught an illness. According to Furia's coach, they will spend the next 5 days handling organizational stuff, letting players recover, taking a short break, and then resuming practice. Which is pretty ironic, considering people recently spotted Fallen playing Dota 2 during practice hours. Among the other teams that advanced were MOUZ, the Mongolz, and Vitality. With MOUZ, everything is clear, they only lost to Team Spirit, and in the deciding match they beat Falcons. Even though the first map looked pretty shaky and Falcons seemed close to sealing their playoff spot at 3-1. Vitality also made it through, although many expected them to go 3-0 as tournament favorites, but things didn't go as planned. And the last team to qualify was the Mongolz, whose run was pretty wild. They lost to Imperial on the first day, but then bounced back and beat Liquid, FaZe, and finally G2. Speaking of G2, they, along with several others, dropped into the last chance bracket, should I say. On the deciding day, we will see Na'Vi versus Bait, FaZe versus Passion UA, and G2 versus Falcons. And the outcome of the last match might actually determine the future of Falcons' roster. Ironically, after one of their games, Zonic jokingly said that if the management gives them a couple more superstar players, he might finally be able to win a trophy. I mean, it was clearly a joke, but as we all know, every joke has some truth in it. Now, friends, what do you think of Stage 3 of the Budapest Major? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And now that's all for today. Thank you for watching, friends. Don't forget to hit the like button and follow our channel. We're not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.